Happy Wednesday, y'all. Hopefully we understand we're running a marathon. Running that marathon, you get to that place where it's just like, I can't do it. You ever had those thoughts? I've had those thoughts a bunch. I can't do this. I can't keep going. I can't keep running. I can't keep pursuing. I want to stop. My muscles hurt. My brain hurts. Like this is painful. I don't want to keep doing this. I know we've all felt that. Question is, what keeps you going? Are you mentally tough enough? Do you have people in your corner? Do you have somebody that nudges you? Because it's natural to feel that feeling. It's natural on this life, this game of life, this marathon of life, us getting to our ideal life, you getting your family to the place it needs to be, you making sure you're living the good life of health, wealth, love, happiness. Like that marathon, it gets long, it gets tiring. You're going to want to quit. You're going to want to give up. You're going to say, why am I doing this? What am I pushing for? Why must it hurt so much? Question is, what keeps you going? Like, what do you remind yourself? What tools do you have that constantly push you and continue to allow you to run the marathon that are the proverbial water break? As you're running here, let me just take this sip of water and let me keep going. Who do you have in your corner? That's a really important thing. It's why I'm grateful for all of you that show up. I want us to get closer to a degree where we can encourage each other to continue to keep going outside of these 30 minutes in the morning, right? Like sometimes I don't know you each and every one of your individual situations, but you might not have a lot of people around you that are encouraging you, that are pushing you when you're tired, when you're ready to give up, not when things are great and we can, right? Like we just watch you do great things, but when things are really tough in your marriage, when things are really tough in your health, when things are really tough in your finances, when things are really tough in your business, when things are really tough in your spiritual life, when things are really there, who do you got pushing? Who do you got nudging? Who do you got saying, keep going? You can do this. Let's go. We're running. They hold you by the hand and they help you keep running. We need that. We need the community, y'all. You need people around you. You need the environment because the road gets tough. And most people, because they don't have the environment, they don't have the community, they don't have the support, they don't have the people nudging them and encouraging them, they're out of the race. They quit. They sit on the side of the road. They put their head down in the marathon. They walk. They start saying, you know what, I'm not going to do this. And then they start watching people pass them. They start watching people, and that creates a resentment, a bitterness of I'm not like them. Oh, it's the circumstance. We can't do any of those things. We can't have any of those thoughts permeate our mind. I want to keep encouraging y'all. I want to keep encouraging you down this path. It's worth it. It's worth it. You can do it. Like it's so worth it, but it takes work. You got to get comfortable with the pain. That was today's message, right? You how many times we got to say it until we understand it? You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. It's in the discomfort that we grow, that we learn, that we become, that we build the capacity we need to run this marathon, and not give up, to be the best parents we can be, to be the best spouse, to be the best business person, to be the best brother or sister or father, any of those things. Like this is what's needed. So, how comfortable are you being uncomfortable? How comfortable are you in the discomfort, in the pain of life? Hopefully, you're getting more and more comfortable with it. And we got to watch our language, right? We talked about this before, right? Our language, what we say out of our mouth. If something that you say constantly, watch yourself. If something you say constantly is, I just want to be comfortable. How much money do you need? Just enough to be comfortable. What do you want to do for work? I just want to be comfortable. If you say that out of your mouth, then no wonder when you're uncomfortable, when there's pain, you push it away. It's because you're training yourself to think about comfort. You're training yourself to want the comfort. So when the discomfort comes, even though that's actually what you need, even though that's actually what will get you to the life that you want, you're kind of wishing it away. We can't do that. We got to embrace it. You heard a guy on there, I don't know who it was, he said, now sounds weird. I ask for challenges. I ask God for challenges. Why? Because he's changing his language to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You want to be in the challenges. You want to be in the pain. You want to be in the discomfort. It says discomfort is your friend. It facilitates change. Remember the thesis of these calls? If you change your thinking, you change your life, right? So obviously there's something you want to change. There's something in your life you want to change. You're not living where you want to. There's something that you want to get to. So the discomfort becomes a friend and it facilitates your change. The discomfort, not the comfort, not I want to be comfortable. It's I want to be uncomfortable because then I change and then my life changes. Then we make the decisions needed to change, right? If you've ever, this is an extreme case, but if you've ever dealt with someone that has any form of addiction, they often say they have to hit their own rock bottom, right? They have to hit their own rock bottom. Why? Because that's the only thing, the discomfort, the pain of hitting their rock bottom will force them to facilitate change. You can't want it for them. They have to experience that deep level of pain to facilitate the change. Well, we got to do the same things in our life. You got to feel that pain because that's what allows you to change and want to change. It says a life without challenge is a life without growth. A life without challenge is a life without growth. Well, we are meant to grow. God created us to grow, to evolve, to become more like him, to be better, right? Like we're called to grow. So a life without challenge is a life without growth. So if we're called to grow, then we have to have the challenges. I just want y'all to get accustomed to this. That's all. I just want y'all to start to know like this is a part of the journey. It's not always going to be easy, but like these are the things you need to get to the life you just asked for. You asked for it, right? You asked for this. No one else asked for this. You asked for this. You asked to be financially free. You asked for your family to be good. You asked for you. So go through the challenges. Be okay with it. It's hard. It's difficult. I know, but it's necessary. It's necessary. Force your brain to think in new ways. Arnold Schwarzenegger said that. Success leaves clues, right? Force your brain to think in new ways. That's the thesis of these calls. If you change your thinking, you change your life. So if you force your brain to think differently about things, if you force your thoughts to be different, then you'll get new things because your actions change, your habits, all those things. You guys know that. But how much are you doing it on a daily basis? How much are you in routine thought every day? How much did Monday look like Tuesday? Not from just where you went, but just from how you were thinking about your day. If you think differently about your day, you'll get different outcomes. So force your brain to think in new ways. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. You don't want it to be easy. You don't want it to be easy. Again, we got to watch our language because sometimes that's what we're saying we want. I just want to be comfortable. I just want ease. I just want to have a break. I just don't want to feel this pressure. I just like, we got to change our language and we got to welcome it. It's the only way we get to the life that we want. Persistence and perseverance, the two P's. Persistence and perseverance. How persistent are you towards your goals and dreams? How persistent are you towards your goals and dreams? Right? How, like, you have to ask yourself that question. How persistent are you? Do you continue to push? Do you continue to say, no matter what, right? No matter what happens, I'm going to continue to do this. There's a book called 3 Feet from Gold, right? 3 Feet from Gold. If you've never heard this story, right? It's a classic story, right? That the gold rush happened, and right, all these people go out and they start, getting into these mines, and right, they start digging ditches because they're trying to find gold, right? They know there's all this gold out there, and they keep right picking away and picking away and picking away and just going after it to get this gold. And what happens is people dig and keep going and they keep being persistent. And eventually everyone gets to their breaking point where they're like, there's no gold in this one. Let me go find a different one. There's no gold. And then another guy comes along to exactly where those people left off. And he just hammered at it for another, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And there's all the gold. Those last people were 3 feet from gold. They quit 3 feet before they would have found everything they were looking for. That's the story of persistence in your life. You don't know how close you are. You don't know how close you are to gold. You don't know how close you are to your dreams. You don't know how close you are to that breakthrough. You don't know how close it actually is. You got to keep digging. You got to keep going. It's not on the 10th one, it's on the 11th one. It's not on the 11th one, it's on the 12th one. It's not on, like, you got to believe that. And that gives you the persistence. That gives you the persistence, right? There's a story that said Colonel Sanders, right? Mr. KFC, Colonel Sanders was in his like 60s when he created this secret recipe. He said, man, something along the lines of, you can probably Google this stuff. It's something along the lines of he went to like 7,000 or something like that, 7,000 different restaurants to give him this secret recipe type of thing. And everyone said no. And it was on like the 7,000, two that someone was like, yes. And now we all have KFC. Imagine if he would have stopped at like 1,000. Imagine if he would have stopped at 3,000. Imagine if he would have stopped at 4,000. Like, you would have not experienced the finger licking good chicken of KFC. Haven't eaten KFC in forever. I don't know if it's still finger licking good, but you know what I'm saying, right? It's persistence. Everything that's great in our life, everything that's big, everything that we know, everything that you're building for you and your family will require you to be persistent to get it, because you don't ever know how close you are. You could always be 3 feet from gold. You could always be right there. And if you say, you know what, it's not here, I'm just going to give up. This obviously isn't for me. This obviously isn't the way I need to go. Someone else is going to come right behind and they're going to reap all those benefits. That's why you got to stay persistent, persistent. Perseverance is along the same lines. Perseverance says, when things get tough, I'm going to keep going. When the road gets tough, I'm going to keep going. And if you rewire your thinking, if you think differently about pain, then you welcome it. Once you feel the pain, that's even more time to pour in. God's trying to show you something. That your blessing's right on the other side. When it's really painful, right? It's always darkest before the dawn, right? It's always like, that's when it's the darkest. It's right before the sun starts to come up. That's your life. These are metaphors for your life, but this is how you have to think about your life. See, if you listen too much to society, they're going to tell you you should live some easy, comfortable, right? Trouble-free, stress-free life where it's all about you. And like, that's not, people don't get to the life they want when that's the life that they're trying to experience. That's not it. It's through the hard work, it's through the perseverance, it's through like staying the course, of embracing the pain, embracing the discomfort, wanting the challenges, knowing that that's when God speaks to you, knowing that it's in the valleys that you appreciate what's on the mountaintop. It's those things that if you rewire your brain to welcome those things, you'll get all the things you want in life. You'll get all the things you're asking for because you're willing to do the hard things, you're willing to do the challenging things, you're willing to do the painful things, you're willing to do it. You're not wishing it away, you're not pushing it away for some comfortable, easy life. You want it to be hard because that grows the capacity you need to handle what's up ahead. And that's what we got to do. That's a challenge. It's a challenge, ladies and gentlemen. But that's why we need community. That's why you need people like us in your corner to be like, hey, you got this. Don't worry about it. I know it feels like things are not great for you. Feels like you're behind the eight ball. Feels like, you can't see light at the end of the tunnel. It's okay. I see light at the end of the tunnel. So just grab onto my coattail. Come on. Hold on. Let's go. We're heading in this direction. And before you know it, you're going to see that light too. But you need the community. You need to get around the environment, ladies and gentlemen. We try to do that for you here, but you got to go find that for yourself out there in your own environment that pushes you, that nudges you, that says, hey, we're going in this direction. Come on with us. That's the way this works. I'm here with you. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve to win. Your families deserve to win. I will always tell you that because it's true. You need somebody in your corner saying, hey, you can do this. You can make this thing happen. I'm going to tell you that you be that encouragement for somebody else in your life as well. You be that encouragement for somebody else that is maybe behind the eight ball, that's feeling like they can't see light at the end of the tunnel. Be like, hey, we're headed in this direction, man. Jump on this mindset call, man. Let's talk every couple of days. Let me help you go down this path together, and together we can go make it happen, y'all. It's too crowded down at the bottom. It's time to get to the top. Enjoy your Wednesday. Do something that scares you today. Do something that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Do something that shakes up how you normally are, how you're normally thinking, and then watch how your life continues to change, y'all. Go out, make it happen. I'll see you guys on Friday. Take care.